Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld again. Thanks for stopping by, and just remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, feel free to take a look at some of my other Battlefield videos if you like. You can find them all in a playlist in the description down below. But anyway, as you know, Battlefield 5 is officially around the corner, and it's got me thinking about new weapons. There was a lot of great guns in BF4, but many of our favourites, like the Hk416, never made a return, and I think we've all got our fingers crossed that they'll be back in BF5. But what about guns that we've never seen in Battlefield before? I mean, surely there's got to be some out there, and I don't just mean carbon copies of guns we already have in-game, I mean guns that could actually fill a gap in the weapon stats that hasn't been filled yet. Well, I've actually been playing a lot of Arma 3 lately, and the cool thing about it is, if your favourite weapon isn't in that game, you can just add it in with a mod. And while playing around with some mods in the last few weeks, I actually found some cool new guns that I didn't even think of, which you'll see some screenshots of throughout this video. As far as I know, none of these guns have ever been in the Battlefield franchise before, and I think they'd be really cool to see at some point in the future. So let me know what you think of them in the comment section below, and if you've got your own weapon wish list, then let me know that as well, because I'd love to hear from you. But anyway, to kick off, the first gun on my list is the Lewis L129A1, which is the standard DMR of the British Armed Forces. And like most of the Western DMRs in BF4, it fires the standard 7.62 NATO round, but by comparison, it actually has a much shorter 16-inch barrel. So that means in-game it sort of fills a gap between a DMR and an assault rifle, and I think statistically it could be a bit better for close quarters. And also, considering DICE did add all the other standard issue British Army rifles into BF4, I think it just makes sense to add in their DMR as well. Now, the next gun on this list, the Colts Ro 633, is an AR-15 like the M16 and the M4, but instead fires 9mm pistol ammo. It's also got a super short 7-inch barrel, which is half the length of an M4's, meaning it's very light and very mobile in close quarters. I mean, it's not like BF4 doesn't already have enough cool PDWs, but what isn't there to love about this gun? The AR-15 is one of the most popular platforms in the world that comes in just about every size, and it only makes sense to have a PDW variant in BF5. Now, speaking of shorter variants of popular guns, the Hk416 C is a very cool looking variant of the already fairly short Hk416. And considering Battlefield games always seem to classify this gun as an assault rifle, I think it makes sense to have the 416C in the carbine category as well. Basically, the main differences between this variant and the regular 416 is that it has a very short 9-inch barrel and a more compact collapsible stock, which in-game I think statistically should put it somewhere in between a PDW and a carbine, which is something that we don't really have available in BF4. Now, the next gun on this list is another AR-15, the Mark 12 SPR, which is a gun that you may remember from movies like Lone Survivor and American Sniper. It's basically a DMR variant of the M16, and in a lot of ways it's kind of like the little brother of the Mark 11 Mod 0 in BF4. Unlike the Mark 11 though, it fires the smaller 5.56 caliber round, which makes it lighter and better suited for fighting in close quarters. But most importantly, it's another small caliber DMR, which, apart from the QBU-88, is something we don't really have enough of in BF4. And finally, the last gun on this list, and as you can see by far the biggest, is none other than the Accuracy International AS-50. This gun is basically like the British Army's equivalent of the Barrett M82, firing the same 50 BMG rounds very accurately at over 180 RPM. Obviously, like the M82, it'd have to be a pickup weapon with the same sort of stats, but I think it's different enough to actually stand out in the new game. And that's because, unlike the Barrett, it's a bullpup design, and let's face it, who doesn't want better hipfire accuracy on their 50 cal rifle? But anyway, guys, that just about wraps up this quick video, so let me know which of these guns is your favourite and what other guns you'd like to see in Battlefield 5. Also, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, as well as check out the links in the description for more videos. And until next time, see you later, and have a good one.